through the IGN article for each because it does like YouTube video links too.
Dude, I was playing this game.
Okay.
I think it's like one of them farm games.
One of them what games?
Farm.
Okay. You did say farm, right?
Yeah.
See, there are I didn't know what you said.
I know.
But there were a couple of different options my brain was trying to fill in the gaps for. So it could have been farm, could have been foreign, could have been very distantly phone. I don't know what you were saying. Anyway, tell me about one of these foreign form
I'm
games.
trying to figure out what it was.
Me too. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Web Show. A pretty exciting one because, well, exciting for you because you're a Nintendo fan. Because we just got Pokemon DLC, which we're going to talk a lot about. You're going to kind of lean in a little bit about, not a lot about?
Not a lot about.
That's okay. I do want to hear about your experience with it because I'm really leaning in on you. We also are on the heels of two crazy directs that like just happened last week. Which for us, we record this on Fridays, so for us it was literally yesterday. A Nintendo Direct that morning and a Sony State of Play. We're going to maybe kind of recap a little bit of that and talk about it there. But like I said, we record these on Fridays so they can come out for the next Monday for you guys. And on Monday, which as you guys see it, today, there's something kind of special, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what would that be, Mr. Topaz?
Monday will be the day of the birth of a magic dragon.
It's true. We know that magic dragon as the only green topaz in the world. So you didn't know I was going to do this. But since today, officially in recording, is your birthday, got you a little something.
Wow, brother.
It's in green. So this is important because what's your favorite color?
Yellow.
I knew it. No.
No, it's green.
It's green. If it were yellow, the topaz would make a lot more sense.
I mean, you got yellow here, so.
Yeah. So grab this. Had some kind of things in mind and everything, and I was like, this is something I think you could use. But anyway, that's all the lead up I'm gonna give.
Am I opening this?
Yeah, it's your birthday. In recorded form, of course you're opening it.
I was thinking it could be something, No.
No.
All right, let's see. I don't like this.
Well, sorry. I'll get you something better next year.
No, I don't like surprises on camera.
It's nothing too crazy. Just a little something.
Oh my God!
You didn't even look at it yet.
Did I peek?
I don't know.
What?
Now you looked at it. So this one's cool because it's so you don't have a Pro controller. You're using my Mario one for the longest time, and you're not even showing the camera what you got.
I'm selfish. I'm sorry.
But what's cool about this one? So it's a Pro controller in the style. I really was going for green when I found this. I was going to get you a green Pro controller the whole time. And I found this one in the style of Link's like arm from Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh my God.
And I was like, shut up. And I even made sure that it has Rumble and NFC support so you can scan all your amiibos through it.
Dude,
so
thanks, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Do you need to open it more or is that as far as you're going? Because I got this.
Here.
You want me to do it?
Yeah,
This
you know,
feels
me and
wrong.
Knives.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
What was the last time that
you
happened?
and Knives don't go well together.
If you want to know what happened, go to episode 1, season 3 of the web show.
Episode 1.
Because we told that story. Because you just don't expect for your friends that you get birthday presents for to stab you in the back, literally.
That's right.
But sometimes they do. They do be like, well, there you go. So we don't know anyone like that, though.
Sure don't. Especially not this magic dragon.
Not
That's
a
crazy
magic
calling myself
dragon.
a magic dragon. Oh my God.
See, I haven't seen it out of the box, obviously, either, so I've been excited about seeing it and like seeing how it feels.
Out of the box.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that song?
Of course. No, I'm too young.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Because I'm old.
I wish I could say that. No, I remember that.
Oh
Oh,
my
dude, it came with little
gosh.
covers.
Yeah.
That's cool because, like,
I
if
can
you
put this on here.
Yeah, well, if they
whenever
get
I'm not using
bumped around and everything, it can make drift come sooner. So it's really cool that they protected it. It's USB-C, of course. That looks good.
Whoa.
It looks good. And it's a Pro controller, man.
All right.
How's it feel?
We are ending the show right now, right?
No, we still got a little while to go.
Feels
But
good, bro.
I saw that you brought your Switch with you though, and so I'm real excited for you to connect it. There's a good chance you know how the things don't normally come charged, so there's a good chance it probably needs to be
50.
charged,
Probably
something like that. But how about
30.
the fact that his sword is like in it too?
I know, man.
It's pretty sick.
I need
Oh, you're finally gonna
I need
show it
get-
to him?
Well, I showed him the box,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know how close. I guess.
It's cropped in like right here on you, so yeah, just hit every camera. If you hold it there, it'll autofocus on it if you put it in front of my face. Yeah.
Oh, that is beautiful, guys.
It looks good. Something that I just thought about with this controller and with the next Switch that we kind of were going to talk about today too is we've had rumors already about a next gen console. And so I guess let's talk about that. Let's talk about Pokemon DLC. And this is the order we'll do it in. That way you guys at home can know if you need to skip ahead or anything. And then after we talk about that, so Switch rumors, DLC, then we're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct. And if there's time, we'll finish up with some highlights and things we thought about the Sony State of Play. Sound like a plan?
Sound like a plan.
All right, so we've seen rumors already out about a next-gen console for Nintendo, and they're a little bit more than rumors at this point. There are some sources that have said that at Gamescom that recently happened in Germany, they were demoing it, behind the scenes, letting developers see. There's already some dev kits that have gone out. The dev kits suggested that the console would not be reverse compatible. I don't know, but I have a theory. But anyway, now what we're seeing is Nintendo issued a patent for a new technology, a new style of analog stick, which hopefully would fix the drift that they haven't admitted is a problem, but the Nintendo stick drift that's been an issue pretty much the entire life of the Switch. And it uses magnets, which sounds really familiar because we've had Hall effects literally since the Sega Dreamcast. Like, it had it. So when I first saw it, I thought, and you guys can look up the patent if you want online. If you guys know how to read patents, leave it in the comments because I don't know how to read no patent. Like, tell me what I'm missing or if I am missing something in it. But from what I can see, it's going to use magnets. There was talk that maybe there'd be like a magnetic liquid in it, but I don't think that's going to be the case. But what I do know about Nintendo, here's my theory, okay? So they're going to have some kind of Hall effect-ish style analog stick, but Nintendo has this thing where it likes gimmicks. So if you look at the Switch, the gimmick for the Switch was that you can switch between handheld and docked. And then before that was the Wii U. Well, the gimmick for the Wii U was the gamepad. Like, you could play. It was honestly like a precursor to what the Switch actually made, right? And then with the Wii, it was motion controls.
Yeah.
And so, and before that, I guess it was colors because I can't think of any crazy gimmicks like. The N64, it was Rumble, like all the little packs and everything on the back of the controller. You could do Rumble, you could do, play your Game Boy games on here. Like, there were things like that. But before that, it was all pretty cut and dry, I think. Anything that would have been considered a gimmick maybe then, I look as an innovation now because so many other things took it on. Because, like, what changed between the NES to the Super Nintendo? Well, you got 2 more buttons and shoulder buttons. That doesn't feel like a gimmick to me. That just feels like we're improving. We can do more with the game. So that's probably as far back as the gimmicks go. So my theory, and what some people are theorizing, is that since they're filing for patent, it has to be different than Hall effect, right? Which, if you guys have never heard of Hall effects, it's just most analog sticks are potentiometers. What that basically means is you got a piece of plastic that's conductive on the bottom, and as you move it, it scrubs around and it makes a connection. It allows current to transfer, and that's how the controller recognizes how much and where you're pressing an analog stick or the position you have an analog stick in. Hall effect Joy-Cons, or just analog sticks in general, would do the same thing. They just use magnets to determine where and how far. And so that's the technology that's going to be used. This is my theory. Now I'm actually up to it. They have to have something special, right? Have to have something patented. What if the next Switch, the next Nintendo console, has something kind of like what we see in the PlayStation DualSense controllers triggers? So that means, like, if you're playing a fishing game on the new Switch and you cast it out there and you pull back on the analog stick to, like, pull back on your rod, if it's got something on the other end, you would actually feel that resistance. Like, there'd be magnetic resistance in the stick. I normally don't care about the gimmicks too much. If that's what I think that's awesome. If that's what they're going to do, like, I want them to do that if they can pull that off because that's so cool. So that's what I think it is. I'm going to be quiet. I've talked a whole lot. I want to hear your thoughts. If you have any thoughts on that idea or anything you've seen or thought about the next Nintendo, whatever it'll be.
You know me, I don't really do much thinking. But no, I don't. That would be cool. That'd be really cool because it was a game changer for PlayStation, and just for Nintendo to kind of keep up with the modern day or the.
You really think it was a game changer for PlayStation?
I mean, yeah, like a small thing.
I think it could have been. I'm gonna put.
I mean, not the big game changer kind of deal, but just something.
I think
really
you're on the
neat,
right.
You know.
Yeah, I think you're on the right thing there. I'm gonna push you on a little bit just for the conversation aspect of it, because I think the technology in the DualSense controller is really cool. The problem for PlayStation is it's not really utilized. Like you see it used on like first-party AAA games, but nowhere else is using it other than games like Fortnite, where it's turned off by default. You can kind of feel resistance depending on the gun or whatever you use. But a company that's really good about being gimmicky is Nintendo. So this is my pushback, but also like I'm with you. Whereas it didn't do a whole lot for Sony, but if anyone's going to make the most of a gimmick, like, oh, you can do this, is Nintendo. They're really going to do it, which gets me excited about it because that's a cool gimmick. Like, it doesn't even feel like a gimmick to me. That almost feels like what I said earlier. Like, that just feels like innovation. Like, that might be the next stage in feeling immersed in games. And I think it gives controllers an edge. So you and a lot of people know I've just started kind of trying to get better at keyboard and mouse. And something that I've noticed is cool, like I gained a lot of control with keyboard and mouse, which I'm still new at it, so I'm not like goated or anything. But I am seeing just how much more control I have over aim or movement and things like that. But that comes with a sacrifice. My keyboard doesn't vibrate. It doesn't. It just doesn't.
Do they have keyboards and stuff that do that? No.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I wouldn't.
It'd be weird.
I don't know if it would be programmed to do it because, you know, there'd have to be something in the software that says, all right, keyboard vibrate.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, it does that with the controller. Like but maybe
softer, squishier buttons. It'd be like.
I just imagine the whole thing on making your whole desk go brr, brr, like, you know, when you set a controller down on a desk.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if it would even feel immersive anyway.
You probably need a keyboard and pad.
Now, maybe the mouse could do it, but then that would also, I would turn that off so quick because if my mouse is vibrating and I'm trying to shoot.
Yeah, they would probably manufacture a pad for both of them.
Something.
To capture all the vibrations.
Oh, business idea for us. You make wristbands that you plug into the side of your keyboard and the wristband vibrates.
Ooh.
That way it doesn't like mess with the whole thing.
See,
but
with
you
me,
feel
I would
it,
have
you know?
to have wristbands on both hands.
Yeah, of course. That way you know, if you get shot from the right side or the left side, you're like, ow, my wrist! Get away from me over there. Like,
be like that game you never played with that God, what is it? It's a wrist thing.
Massaging simulator.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Perfect.
I don't know what you're talking
about. But no,
about.
it's the game with the girl. She's the main character from New York, and then she gets transferred to like
Forspoken.
Forspoken. That's it.
That'd be cool. Maybe that's the next stage in VR. Also. All right, we. You see that rabbit in that hole? We found it. Now let's get back to the main topic.
You talking about your rabbits over there?
No, I'm talking about chasing rabbit holes. It's a form of speech. It means that we get off topic. Never heard that before?
No.
Well, now you know. Anyway, I could see that being like a competitive way to keep controllers relevant, which I'm not hardcore keyboard and mouse. I think controllers have their place. Some games just make more sense with an analog stick. Any kind of like piloting or flying, I think that makes more sense with an analog stick. I think like driving is more intuitive with an analog stick than with a keyboard and mouse, and most intuitive with a steering wheel. So they have their place, but I think that would just give me a reason to be like, I'm gonna play this on keyboard.
I think I probably played Fortnite one time, keyboard and mouse.
I don't think that's a good game to start keyboard and mouse. Like, if you want to do it, which I want to push you into doing it, I can't recommend a game where you have to try to figure out the mechanics of running and crouching and shooting on top of let's build a house.
Yeah.
Like, now, luckily with Zero Build, it's a lot more palatable. It's acceptable, but I can't do it.
I mean, Sea of Thieves is kind of like that too.
Sea of Thieves is I think that would put that as a mid tier.
Yeah.
Like, I think you should start with like a Portal where all you're doing is aiming and clicking, like this and moving around, but there's not a whole lot, or a Minecraft. like simple things like that, just so you can get movement down. Because it's weird to go from your thumb moving you and moving the camera to your. It just is weird. Because even when you have to use like an old school D-pad, up, down, left, right, it's always this. So it's weird. But once you get that movement and that jumping and everything, and jump is almost always this thumb, so you have to get it under the left thumb. That was always really weird. But once you get general movement under control, I think the rest comes really quick. Then it's just building layers. Sea of Thieves is good. I mean, you could try it, and I think it's a mid tier though because you've got so many commands that you have to do. Like you've got your weapon wheel, you've got your slow walk, you've got your emotes, you've got your text to chat, you got your push to talk. There's just more things going on. But it'll push you. If you wanted to try it, I definitely would love for you to try Sea of Thieves on keyboard and mouse. Because what will happen?
Well, I mean, that's when I first started, I tried Sea of Thieves on there.
Really?
A couple times. Then you recommended the controller thing. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. So I've been controller.
Yeah.
Every time I play Sea of Thieves.
I think if you ever now and then just want to like try it, keyboard and mouse, if you've got somebody like Aaron Combs to help carry, because it's also a game where people are going to like make your life difficult, and if you already are having trouble controlling like your character, even more difficult. But if you got people on there with you, they can kind of watch your back a little bit while you get used to it. It's fine. That's fine. Wow, we have got two rabbits.
The Brig Mama crew.
That's mine. That's my ship. Is the Brig Mama.
Yeah, it's your crew. We're part of your cruise.
The only reason I'm saying that is because you know that, but no one else does. So.
So we'll take that out, right?
I might.
Yeah. No, you should.
I won't.
Take it out.
Okay.
'Cause I say a lot of things that I don't.
Okay. So I guess that's the main thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to the Switch rumors. I do think it's happening. I thought we would get an announcement in the Nintendo Direct, but we didn't. So I think we're going to get an announcement early next year. And probably maybe March, if not March, maybe holiday 2024, we'll see the new Switch hit. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments and in the chat. Pokemon Direct, not Direct, Pokemon DLC. Tell me about what it is, what's it called, why should people still play Pokemon?
I can't speak for you guys as of why you should still play Pokemon, but if you love it, play it. But the DLC, so the first part, you know how they do part 1 and part 2 release. You guys know this if you love it. You have the Teal Mask, which is the first part, and that released here on the 13th, and I've been playing that since. Not as much as I would like to play it, but it's been an okay experience. The game graphics and stuff hadn't changed, so it still looks the same.
Yeah, it's still Scarlet and Violet, right?
Yeah, still Scarlet and Violet. Looks the same. Oh yeah. So I really enjoy maps, and I really enjoy having new areas to play around in,
like
explore around in.
Okay, yeah.
So that was a really cool thing. Always on any game, that's kind of the main one reason why I like to get a DLC, because it's something different. You've been playing this game, and they're bringing new land, new Pokemon, new all this stuff. So it's been a fun experience with that, and I just did this one thing. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who's playing a Pokemon with a new form. I just finished that before this recording, and enjoyed that. It's always good to see new forms of Pokemon, all this new stuff. I'm waiting on the second part is the
Indigo Disc, right?
Indigo Disc, and there's a new
I know that as someone who doesn't love it.
Flying or floating or gliding kind of deal where your ride Pokemon gets, and I'm ready to see how that's gonna go about.
You mean like how you can like fly forever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, but also not, because that's something that just should have already been in the game.
Yeah,
like that. They should have already been able
that's
to do
how
that.
they do. They get you started, just like they added the crouching. I was telling you about that. I think we were talking about this a month or so ago. They added crouching because you couldn't crouch down and hide in the grass and stuff in this game. So they added that later. And, that was one of the things that you loved about Arceus.
Mm-hmm.
The crouching and hiding and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you're still not able to throw Pokemon or Pokeballs, but you can throw like your Pokemon at them and surprise them, and get the heads up on them. But anyway, that was added. So they add things late in the game.
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I'll be honest. What I heard you just say right there was like, oh, the other day they released the rest of the game. That's what I just heard. Like, they finally Pokemon Scarlet finally came out.
So even with Arceus, they release stuff later, right? Well, I guess the whole main part of the game was released when the game released, but then they added stuff to it, and that's a good thing to do.
No, they didn't add stuff. They fixed stuff. There's a difference. It's not like that's like when you buy a new car.
Well, no, they added all the outbreaks, the big outbreaks and the stuff in the storm.
Let me tell you how these are fundamentally different. Imagine buying a car, right? And then later the dealership calls you and like, hey, we're going to add an extended drivetrain warranty on your car. Mm-hmm. That's something they added that improves the whole experience, right? Mm-hmm. Pokemon is like you bought a car and then 4 months later they're like, hey, we're finally going to give you the back 2 tires.
Yeah.
What? No. That's not. No. We're finally going to give you, the back seat.
I don't know. I think I said we were talking about this on one episode. I just have so much hope, and I'm not losing my hope, not losing my faith in the creators. Just praying that or hoping that we learn and we grow. But I'm having fun with the game. At the end of the day, I'm having fun with it. Actually, I'm going to twist that around because at the beginning, we were playing Sea of Thieves whenever I downloaded it and all that stuff. So I didn't really get to
jump
into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of dreading even playing because I didn't get a chance to go back. Because, after you beat a game or after you get to a point where you're comfortable with the game, you just sit that game down and go to something else. I didn't really have time to pick back up on the game before the DLC dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, but the only thing that really pulled me in was the new Pokemon and then the new map. I definitely like exploring. So that's why I'm still sticking it out. And then I have hope that they're going to add new tires to the second
Not
part
new tires.
of
they're going to finally give you tires.
They're going to give me tires for the next part that release the what is that part called? Indigo Disc.
Yep. See, Pokemon is so fascinating to me. I know I'm interrupting you a little bit because of like this banter that we're having though, where the game it didn't come out. Like there's no denying when it came to Scarlet and Violet, the game was not finished when it came out. There were all kinds of issues. There have been some patches to try to fix some of that. But what I'm hearing even right now is there are things that should be features that are being dangled out almost like they're extras when they really should be features. DLC, more Pokemon, more maps, all that's fine as extras to me. That makes sense. It frustrates me a little that Pokemon's done so well with Scarlet and Violet in spite of all the bad,
Yeah.
Like people are buying it because they love it. Like you said, if you love it, you stick with it. If you love it, there's all these people who grew up with the Pokemon brand that love the Pokemon brand. And so they're buying it anyway. And I feel like they're being like mistreated. Like for example, if you bought Scarlet and Violet and experienced like the glitches and the things that happened with it, but it wasn't Pokemon, it was Temtem or another Pocket Monster type catching game, do you think you'd still be playing it?
Maybe.
Okay, maybe. That's a fair answer.
Because I've never played those games, but I just think about the exploring and the other aspects or elements of the game that I like. Yeah, maybe.
Well, that leads me to the flip side of that coin, because that's a fair answer. I don't think I would have. I would have been like, this game sucks. I'm done with this.
What's that? Is it Paldea? Is that what's it called? Pal World.
I know the one you're talking about. The ones that's like Pokemon with guns.
Yeah, that hadn't came out yet.
No, it hasn't. But I can't remember if it's Pal World or what it is. It's Pal something, or is it Pal Pal?
It's probably Pal World.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
I won't look it up. But it's Pokemon with guns, basically.
Yeah,
and it kind of looks like Pokemon. Like you see an Electabuzz come out, and next thing you know, there's a Tommy gun in his hands.
I mean, those things are those things. I don't know what they are, the creatures, the whatever they are.
The Pow Pals or whatever.
Look,
they are.
oh yeah, the pals, I guess.
Yeah.
They look really good. Like,
They do look good.
look really good.
Well, that was actually that's basically the question I was gonna ask. Is, as someone who likes this format of Pokemon, what's kept you think, like, why Pokemon, other than the fact that it's the one you grew up with and everybody knows who Pikachu is thing? Why not Tim or this Pal whatever game, or games like it? Those are the two I think of, though, because they're both new. They're both on the Switch. They both have, well, one's not out yet, but Tim is on other things too. But it is it's better graphics and outperforming the actual mainline Pokemon game. So it's a better game. And I know you just haven't played it. Like, I'm not going to
Yeah,
be
I
like,
haven't
how
played
come
it.
you haven't
How
played
does it?
this?
How does it look? Like, what's the?
It reminds me of the art style of, you ever seen like the Dragon Quest games?
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks like that.
Hmm.
It's not quite so like, what is it? Is it Akira? Oh my gosh, what's his name? I don't want to say his name wrong. The artist that's responsible for Dragon Ball and shoot, the other game that looks just like Dragon Ball because all his stuff looks the same. Dragon Quest is the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Chrono Trigger, that's the other one. They all kind of look like Goku.
What's that new game that's coming out? Is that? Never mind.
It's
'Cause
also
they look like
in his style.
yeah.
It's the same guy. I think I want to say it's Akira Toriyama, but I don't know if that's
Or
correct.
is it Toriyama?
It could be Toriyama, but or
But-
Akira Toriyama is what I think is. But that's neither here nor there. Whoever it is, I want to give appropriate credit. But what I mean is that those games, it's not quite as angular, it's not quite as sharp, if you will, as his art style. So it's not quite like Dragon Quest, but it reminds me a lot of like the bright colors, little cell shading, like pretty. Whereas I feel like Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield tried to go for a more realistic yet still cartoon approach. Like realistic human proportions is what I'm meaning. This doesn't go for realistic human proportions, but I think it still looks good, and it kind of embraces that art style. And then you've seen what Pal whatever looks like, and it's it's a little more bubbly as well. But there's nothing wrong with bubbly. Like, a bubbly game can be beautiful. So I think it's worth checking out. Now it's hard. Tim is hard. It's been described as the Pokemon game for adults because it is more of a challenge, or supposed to be more of a challenge. So that's kind of why it was made, but it was also just so happens to have been made better. So, all right, go ahead.
One more thing about the DLC. There's some characters in it that have connections to characters from Arceus, which is really cool. And with this one character, they added. Oh, speaking about adding stuff, like the crouch thing was just like it wasn't like you get a menu showing you how to crouch kind of deal, but it was just like, that's in the game, press your button and find out what button it is that you're supposed to crouch with. But this one is something to do with the camera features. They're emotes now, which is really cool. And you go to people and you get different emotes, and you do stuff, and you have your little selfie stick. And with this one character,
you get an extra long selfie stick.
The main person kind of give you that at the beginning of it, kind of, because I guess it's a Pokemon Snap kind of thing into there, so they kind of connect in all the games. But I just ran around snapping pictures of Pokemon that come out at night, and I would have played that versus Snap, or I would have played that style if Snap had kind of like a exploring style and taking pictures.
Get off the rails.
Yeah, getting off the rails. So that was kind of cool to experience that.
I agree with you on Snap. I think Snap is the best looking Pokemon game we've gotten on the Switch, but it's just hard because I don't want to be on the coaster the whole time.
Right.
It made more sense on the N64 the way that they designed it, because you really were like on a train. But now that you're literally floating everywhere, like I feel like there's no reason there couldn't be a even if it's not quite as pretty, a like free play type situation where you could just go wherever. That could be fun.
But I'm still playing it. Hadn't finished it. Usually I guess with Zelda, I explore before I finish anyway. But I just want to take as much time to play this before the next release and have something to play. Before the next release. So just exploring and still trying to figure it all out. It's cool because the area has a connection to the Area 1 with the crystal kind of deal. And I guess it's like in a total different area because you go by plane to get to this place. So I don't know how far it is, but it's that's cool that all that's connected. Still trying to figure out the whole story behind the crystals and that new Pokemon that comes out with the Indigo Disc and all that stuff. So I don't know. I've started this book. I don't like reading, but I'll use this analogy. I've started this book. I've finished this book.
Okay. You started this blog, and every few months, the Pokemon Company gives you another page.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, speaking of the Pokemon giving us pages.
I thought you were giving me that.
If you need to look at it, you can. Let's jump into the Direct. This is an IGN article, just kind of covering over everything that was announced in it. We're just going to run through this real quick so everybody can know while it's relevant. And if you missed it, I live streamed it. You can go check out the VOD. It's pretty cool. The biggest one, probably for me, of the whole thing is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door HD announced. Did you ever play any of the Paper Marios? Or specifically this one? It was a GameCube one.
I might have.
This one's good.
I'm feeling like I did because whenever I was watching this, I was like, oh yeah, I remember like the little plane and all that other kind of stuff.
This is the best one.
Paper, but this looked really good. So
this is back when Paper Mario was good. Like, and Super Paper Mario is okay, but it had a gimmick, which was you could go 3D, which feels wrong for paper. Because and then Origami King is fine, but the battle mechanic's just not good. This one was just like, and I'm not even an RPG guy, but this one was just good RPG regularness. It was pretty good. Best Paper Mario I ever played. I played it on GameCube like 2 years ago for the first time ever, and even as an old, like the GameCube graphics, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's one of those kind of games that I don't think you actually need the HD one unless you just want it or if you've never played the game before. The other one is available, and I don't think it's going to look that much better in HD, but it's one of those games that because of the way it was made, almost like a hand-drawn type thing, it ages really well. Like things that were hand-drawn then still look hand-drawn now, you know? It's not like pixely or anything. So I really liked it. It's good. It's a really, really good story. Really, really good mechanic. I got Mario vs. Donkey Kong Remake coming February 16th, 2024. What you think about that?
I'd probably play it. I was looking at it like, man,
I'd play it, but I wouldn't buy it. That's kind of how I felt. I was like, man, if this was like, $10 or if a friend came over, I would totally play this. But it's not for me. It's for someone. I've never played any of them before. It definitely looks like it's made for kids. But, I mean, I guess all Mario is made for kids. But this especially just looked like really simple puzzle making and everything. This next one, it bothered me so much, be F-Zero 99. F-Zero was that Super Nintendo game I just purchased for too much money the other day. Look at this crap. Look at this crap. Not only was it already, I didn't know, but not only was it already on the Nintendo Online service, but now we got a brand new version of the game.
Hey, for free.
It's for free only for Nintendo Online subscribers. It's free right now. Go check it out. I haven't downloaded it yet. I want to because I want to check it out because I haven't played any of the 99s, but I liked Mario 35 for that. I thought it was really fun, and so I want to give it a chance. Princess Peach Showtime gets a March release, and I'll be honest, I was like, until that first transformation. I was like, she set on guard. So I can't remember if it was like a Pirate Peach or like a Sword Master Peach or what the first one was called.
I mean, it looks really good.
It was so good, and they showed like 6 transformations for her. The only thing, I don't understand how the mechanic works.
It almost looked like a party kind of deal.
Like a Mario Party? Like that
kind of deal.
I think it's going to be that way because even by the name, it's Princess Peach Showtime and everything. It looked like everything that happened took place on its own stage in its own little area. And so the question I had when I was watching it live with chat was, okay, you got these transformations, but is it one of those things where you only can transform into this version of Peach when you're in this place, and then only this other version of Peach here? Or could I do like like New Super Mario Brothers and store a power up,
Yeah.
and transform into Sword Peach wherever I want to be Sword Peach? So that's one of the things I want to know, because if it's the latter, I'm more interested in it. I'm interested regardless, but I'm more interested in it if you can just do whatever. And then I started thinking that it really does look a little Mario Party-ish in that it looks like it's just mini games. Like you go to this area, you play this group of mini games, you beat it, you win, you beat it.
That was the first trailer we got, though, right?
It's the
First time seeing.
First time we really
first
saw
time we
gameplay.
saw it.
Mm-hmm. And definitely the first time it's the first time we got a name, first time we got a release time, and the first time we saw any of the transformations.
So maybe the next trailer will be
A little more
a
explanatory.
little more. Yeah.
It might. They still haven't given us much explanation about how Wonder is going to work, but they did give us a fair bit about it. So I don't know if this will
Like
warrant.
you can store power-ups.
Yeah, which that's kind of normal for new Mario, but
Yeah.
we'll see. It is kind of its own different thing, but I don't know. I don't know if it's enough to warrant a direct, like a direct for itself, but we'll see, because there's still time to squeeze in one more before we get to the holiday. Okay, this one actually got me kind of hyped. Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remasters announced. There's really only one thing that made this really hype for me, and that was that you can press a button and switch between the old graphics and the HD graphics, which the Halo Master Chief Collection did that. Like, you can see what it looked like on original Xbox and what it looks like on the Series X Enhanced. And I loved it because I never played Halo before. And so, as someone who didn't play the old game, I want to play that new experience kind of like you, but I kind of want to compare. I like seeing the two different ones. And so I would go into an area and see like alien blood splattered on the ground or something that you had to find, and then go back and forth and see what it looked like in like 1993. And I was like, whoa, blood looks so much better now. Like, and it was just really cool. I never played these Tomb Raiders. I had Tomb Raider 1 on my PC growing up, and I was a stupid kid. I didn't know what to do. I think I walked into some kind of like temple.
Dude.
Didn't know what to do.
I had that exact same experience with Tomb Raiders until
like the new remakes.
probably when I don't know when they came out, but yeah, it was like, oh, okay, this is a whole lot more clear now. Now it's like I'm just running around like those games, those comfort games.
Yeah, cozy.
With cozy games that doesn't give you kind of anything. You just got to feel around for it. But just like, yeah.
I feel like the first it was a reboot really, but the first rebooted Tomb Raider was really just like a walking sim, and because you just walked and the game would just kind of lead you to where you went. And then this is so dumb because I was wanting something just kind of chill, so then I started playing. What was the next one? Rise of the Tomb Raider, I think was the second one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, well, when I saw that you had to craft your own weapons, I was out.
Oh, dude.
I didn't get very far. And then I was like, because I really wanted
it's like
to get
Horizon.
No, it's a little like Horizon, but not quite. Then there was Shadow of the Tomb Raider that I haven't gotten to. I really wanted to get to because it's supposed to be like the big one. That's the third one. That's like the big good one. But I was like, what extra gimmicks do you have to do in there?
Dude,
I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it.
You gotta work. You gotta work for it.
It's a game. It's not work. I go to work to work. I go to game to play. Why do I have to work?
You got to work.
This is so good. Stay tuned to next week's episode
you
because
got to work this out. Was that High School Musical?
Yeah, well, I'm not in high school anymore. I want to sleep and rest.
I feel you.
Yeah, no, apparently not. You're like, you know what I want to do tonight, Webby? That sounds so good. I want to boot up a game that Nintendo only released half of it, and I want to
work.
And I want to grind that thing. Like, not for me. It's for some people, but anyway. All right, you ready to know my dirty little secret about Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remaster? Though,
what's up?
I'm definitely gonna see if I can get it on something other than the Switch. I think it's probably gonna come to Steam, but at any rate. I love it, and thank you, Nintendo, for showing it to us. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, out next summer. I was so excited about this because I need games to play for this October, and I was like, yeah, Luigi's Mansion, it's so spooky and Halloween-y. I was like, why would you release a game about ghosts in the middle of July? Like, why? Anyway, I feel very passionate about Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
But I want to play it. It looks good. It looks really good. Splatoon 3 got another little update on its.
You play Splatoon?
I haven't, but I kind
neither.
of want to. Whenever Splatoon 3 came out, I messaged my initial group of guys and like my IRL friends that you're in that group with us now, and I was like, y'all want to get this game? Radio silence. I was like, well, guess not. And I'm not going to buy this game to play by myself. Like, though, we'll jump to the Sony Direct or the Sony State of Play later, but there's another one called Foam Wars. That's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one I want.
Fortnite with foam.
It's Splatoon meets Fortnite with foam.
Fortnite with
And I'm like, oh. And for you anime lovers, it's basically all waifu. Like, you would love it. Anyway. We got another look at Prince of Persia, which is your favorite game. I know it's not really. Mario RPG remake looks good. I don't know if it's worth it, but they're really cute. Little chibi characters, like little chibi Mario. It's really cute. Okay, this one I was like, what the heck is this? Trombone Champ.
Oh, that's the best game in the world. We gotta play it.
It looks like a party game.
All three of us.
It looks,
we need to play it.
Me and you. We all gotta play it.
Right, we all gotta play it.
No, it's just the IR that got me. Like, I get the motion control with it, but there are 11 Nintendo Switch games that use the IR in its entire lifespan. And they added 2 in this direct. This one and then the WarioWare one uses the VR or the IR. So now there's 13 in total for the lifespan of the Twitch.
I'm just saying,
Switch,
if you
but
need to learn how to play an instrument,
this won't teach you. No. You're going to go into your band director's room and be like, I want to play trombone. All right, here you go. And then you're going to grab it and be like, it's not going to work.
That's
But
exactly.
anyway, it looks like the fun of this game, why I think it's a party game, is you get a bunch of people in the same room together and everybody looks at and makes fun of the person trying to play it.
Yeah, it's like
It's going to be great.
What is that? Either Guitar Hero or those other games that do the thing.
See, I feel like Guitar Hero is kind of cool.
Or what's that one game that they have the little things? That's a VR game, isn't it?
Beat Saber?
Yeah, that's
It's
a cool
sick.
game.
It's sick. It's a good game. Dave the Diver. It's coming to Switch. It's already been out on PC, but it's coming to Switch.
Diver.
That's the one that you dive down, you have to run away from the narwhals and the sharks that are all way too big for some reason, and then you serve sushi to your people. First look at Wave 6 of Mario Kart 8. It's the last one. Mario Kart will finally be done. Just in time for Nintendo to release the exact same Mario Kart bundle they've been giving out to people every Christmas this Christmas. Detective Pikachu still looks like doo-doo.
No, it doesn't.
Detective D.
No, it doesn't. It looks better.
No, it doesn't.
This trailer looked a whole lot better than what they've given us in the past.
I remember you saying that in the chat, and I didn't pull it up, but I want to do a side-by-side comparison of the two. I don't think it does.
Do it, because it looks better. I don't know if maybe my internet was acting up that one day I saw the first trailer, but no.
Yeah.
It looks. I don't know. It looks better, bro. It looks better.
I don't think it's gonna look good. Well, let us know what you guys. I want to know what you guys think about all this in the comments. Actually, we got.
I'm defending Pokemon till
we got a pre-order and a like an actual announcement date window for the Zelda and Ganondorf amiibos, as well as 2 extra ones from Xenoblade that we weren't expecting, and the one that I'm gonna whisper because I'm thinking about getting it from Mermaid, Sora.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to that one. She loves that game series, so I'm probably gonna.
I know Sora now, by the way.
And now the whisperings doesn't matter.
I said Zora.
So full of crap. Another code, Recollection. Remember that was the 3DS game. It was a 2-part game, but the second one never came to North America. With like the little anime girl and everything, and she looked at a very simple lock on the gate, and she goes, "Huh?" You didn't even look at me. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, her.
Yep, that's the one. Remember when she's looking at the gate and she goes, "Huh?" Like, I don't know how lock work. Sorry, I shouldn't make fun of those games, but they're definitely not normally my type.
That's exactly how they are.
Unicorn Overlord. Didn't care about that. You Didn't Stop Me if there's something that you care about. You Didn't Chronicle. Didn't care about that. WarioWare Move It. It looks like another game that you just make fun of your friends in the room playing it, but it does look fun. That's the other one that used the IR. And then remember, it's the first one where you see the dude and he's like bent over like he has to go to the bathroom really bad, and he's like,
"Oh yeah,
that's the one." Yep.
And they showed him again.
Yeah, they did. Like
the
in the recap, they're like, Hey, the one thing you need to remember, this guy just going at it, and that was it.
No, man, you can go over Bandletail.
Okay, tell me about Bandletail.
That's the one we both were like,
Oh, all those League of Legends ones.
I think.
Yeah, I don't think Bandle was. Bandle was the one that liked the farm sim. I liked
Which
the
one
other
is
one.
the one with the big beast thing?
Yep. I know what you're talking about, the little the guy with 4 arms that looked like a abominable snowman.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the name of that one?
It was League of Legends something, or a League of Legends tale.
Man.
Something a League of Legends tale. I don't think it was that interesting. I mean, it did interest me, but I don't think I'm gonna go out and pre-order it type thing, you know. So it didn't do that for me.
Oh yeah, I'm not going.
And this
None
was
of
just
these
highlights.
games I'm pre-ordering, guys. Just want you to know that.
And well, let me think. Yeah, no, same. Same. It was a Nintendo Direct. You know what I'm saying?
Nintendo Direct.
I shouldn't say that, but all right. You want to move over to Sony?
Sony.
So you got to say it like that. Sony.
Sony.
Why do you keep going down and I go Sony and you go Sony?
Sony.
PlayStation. Okay. What is wrong with us?
PlayStation.
Happy birthday. All right. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Out February 29th. It was pretty sick.
Yeah.
I need to go back and finish the first one. I want to like Final Fantasies because I think the story and the art
You don't like to grind.
are the what? Nope. Well, nope. I don't know. I don't mind like upgrading characters and stuff like that. The thing that's made it Final Fantasy games traditionally difficult for me in the past is the turnstile fighting, but Final Fantasy VII doesn't do that. It's like action, an action RPG, kind of like Kingdom Hearts, and so I don't mind that so much. I've played a good chunk of the first one of Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I haven't done Intergrade or Rebirth. I need to finish it because it looks pretty good.
I gotta see which one is the one that I played. Well, I played 2 of them.
2 of the Final Fantasy VII ones, or just 2 Final Fantasies.
2 Final Fantasies.
There's a bunch of them.
I know, but I have to get with you and see which one is the most recent one I played. But the one this one that's coming out looks a lot like the most recent one I played.
Do you remember the numbers after each one? Because that really gives you an idea of which one's the most recent.
When did the last one come out?
The last 7 or the last Final Fantasy?
Last Final Fantasy.
It isn't out yet, but it's been announced.
I mean, when is the one before the last one?
Would that have been
years?
16? That would have been. That would be 2020, 2021, something like that.
Okay. No. Maybe. 6.
And I think it's Final Fantasy 11 was the one that's like MMO, mass multiplayer online. So it was a totally different kind of style. People are still playing
I
that.
have to figure that out and see which
Kind of
one
like
I play because I
New
liked
World
it
or something like that. My
liked it a
favorite
lot.
one's 10. It was a PS2 one, and I still haven't beat that dang thing. I need to beat it, but I really liked it. That's the one with Titus. That is how you say his name. Get off my back. It's not Titus. Japan confirms it's Titus. I hate it too though, but I really like that one. That's Titus and Yuna. They make in the very first Kingdom Hearts game. He's one of the like Final Fantasy cameos that are on the boat as soon as you get in there. That is such a good game. It's so good that it's one of the first ones they made a sequel to. So there's a 10 part 2, and then 7 was a PS1 game, and so everything we've been talking about is a remake, but it was a PS1 game on 4 discs, and so the Final Fantasy VII remake is just the first part of the game. Retrograde is the second part of the game, and now Rebirth will be the final part of the game because it was so big when they remastered it and everything. They basically did like a trilogy. They turned 7 into a trilogy so that they could release it along the way and keep it going. That's probably a good idea too because the money you made off the first one could help fund the second one and keep it going. Wow. They've done an incredible job. I wish they would do it with 10. I want them to do it with 10 because that's my Final Fantasy. I never played 7. But 7 is wildly considered one of the best Final Fantasies, and it has also got some of the most recognizable characters like Cloud and Sephiroth. So, it's a big deal. Got any more to say about Final Fantasy?
No.
Spider-Man 2! Looking so fresh, like bread out of the oven. It looks so good. they gave us so we've already seen a good bit of like how the play works, but they gave us a better idea about how switching between both spiders is going to be. It's going to be seamless.
Yeah,
The map
like
is
a Grand Theft Auto kind of deal thing.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not really played Grand Theft Auto, so I don't know.
Don't need to be. It's bad.
I'm a good boy.
It's really bad.
But I loved that. The map almost twice as big because not only do we have like regular like New York, but we've also got or Manhattan, but we've also got Queens and Brooklyn. Really
Cool.
looking forward to
I missed that.
Yeah, it's
that's gonna be
good.
a whole lot.
It's all that stuff on the other side of the water.
Yeah.
You got all that now.
Perfect.
It's going to be so good. And I plan on basically like having a spider in each area.
I mean,
and just
that's a grinding game.
but it's Spider-Man, so I'll do it. It's not that grindy.
Yes,
like,
it is.
It's pretty simple. Well, we'll see. I haven't played it yet, so I don't know how grindy to be. But the first two weren't that bad. I really don't think they were bad at all.
How much of grinding did you do outside of story?
I did all the story. I got, and then pretty much all the collectibles. I didn't fight everybody because I thought that was stupid because the fights are the same thing over and over. But I got all the collectibles, like all the backpacks, all the suits, and then I played the story. And that's pretty much how I treated Miles Morales as well. That's probably how I'll treat this one. We got at least 12. We'll look at 12 different spider suits.
For each?
No, what would there be? Six apiece.
Oh, we got to look at them. I'm
Yes,
thinking
yeah,
you're saying,
yeah.
okay, there's a whole lot more than
We got
that.
to look at them.
Of course.
Oh, so obviously we have Venom in this one.
Yeah.
This is just something that was big for me. So one cool thing about the first Spider-Man game is they continually added suits over time. And one of the suits that they added was the Sam Raimi suit,
Yeah.
which is the Tobey Maguire suit. And then they also ended up adding Andrews. And so you've got every Spider-Man suit there. And I believe in this one you're getting like the Into the Spider-Verse like Miles and all that stuff too. But so while we got the Sam Raimi in the first one, I saw one of the suits that we saw for Peter Spider-Man in this one is the Sam Raimi full black symbiote suit, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to the fact that Venom's not Eddie Brock, but I am looking forward to that. And so anyway, suits looked great.
Venom is
Not Eddie Brock. We don't know who yet. I've got theories, but
because I feel like there's been like two.
I got a theory about who. Because this is its own thing. It's like this universe is
Can't
its
think
own
of his
thing.
name. Okay.
But I think I know who it's going to be. Oh, it could be the Hunter, but I doubt it.
No.
It'd be interesting to combine the two, but
I would hate that. You don't.
you know who
mess
I
up
think
Kraven?
it's going to be? Do you think I should say it?
Sure, it's not.
Yeah, because
it's a
if I
theory.
record it, then people will know that I was right. If, I was right. If you haven't played the first game yet, go ahead and jump ahead 15 seconds because this is a little bit of a spoiler for the first game. You've played it all right. All right, this is your last warning. 15 seconds from now. So at the very end, we got to do this quick. At the very end of the first game, we saw Harry, and he's basically comatose. I have a theory that somehow his dad or something's going to get a hold of the symbiote and is going to bond it with him so that he can heal, and he will be the.
That'd be crazy. Green Goblin symbiote.
Yep. All right, if you're just now getting in here, you missed the spoiler, so you're good. So anyway, no, it looks really good. The question I had during the stream was if all the suits would be interchangeable for each one, and it looks like that isn't the case. Or maybe it will be the case, but they're intended for one or the other.
Different looks, maybe.
That's kind of what I wanted. I wanted if there is a I guess it doesn't make any sense to put Miles in a symbiote suit, so there's some that would be locked to each one. But say like a red Spider-Man, like a variance on whichever one of them is wearing it, or there you could already have like Miles-ish looking suits in the first Spider-Man, but it looked like Peter, in it, like. Give it something. Or there's one that has like a mohawk and everything. I think it'd be dope if you just like if they both had that suit, and they may have this, but on Peter's you see like Peter's hair and it's like very white, I guess, hair, like it looks what it is, but just obviously different, a more Miles approach for Miles. That'd just be cute, cool, subtle touches. I'd love to see that. All right,
Like Miraculous how
I love that.
How they look different. Every episode has
to
be.
4 podcasts in a row, we brought it back to Miraculous.
Because you guys, you need to watch the adult Miraculous.
It's good.
It's for
It really
it's
is
for
good.
it's for.
I've been starting to see
older
people on like YouTube Shorts and everything cosplay as Marinette and things. So adults are getting into it.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we need to roll if we're gonna keep going.
One more
Go
thing
ahead.
about Spider-Man.
Go ahead.
The webs, the wings, the whatever it is.
Oh yeah, how you can glide to get around even quicker? Yeah, the web wings. Woo!
That's gonna be crazy.
I was so glad that happened too because I haven't put in my pre-order yet, and
I haven't either.
Yeah, well, and I almost was like, I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, I've been excited about this game, but I don't know if I even really still want to play it. I don't know. And then this happened, and I was like, okay, yeah, I think this is still the game I want to play this year. So I needed it. I needed the boost.
What's the date? October 20
something. Let's see, October doesn't say. October something.
20th.
Wait, maybe it's in the blue. Why doesn't it say it? Because it says it for all the other games.
Let's see.
Yeah, you look that up while I keep going. Resident Evil 4. We saw the stuff for the VR.
Have fun.
Well, and also that's kind of old news. It's just coming to PSVR 2, but it's already been out in VR for like PC and everything like that. Oh, this game. I gotta say, honestly, as much as I didn't love either of them,
October 20th.
20th. Oh yeah, we gotta get on it. The State of Play, I think, really outshined the Nintendo Direct. So I think you saw this picture, but what I actually was going to say first was that Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, that game.
That's so funny.
Okay, that looks good.
Yeah.
I hope that it doesn't disappoint. I'm a little nervous about it, but I was like, oh snap, this
That's
looks good.
the other game I was thinking about because when I was taking notes, I was like, okay, Sea of Thieves is the first person game that I've played that I could play.
Yeah.
And play, and then this one, I was like, well, what are the kind of games I can play that looks like this? This one is that kind of deal.
You're not a first-person guy?
No.
Really? I prefer third person too, but it's like, but I don't have like an allergic reaction to first person. I'm not like, ugh. I am like that to RPGs. But just telling you. But that's good to know.
So it's gonna be cool.
I prefer third person, especially in games like with Sea of Thieves, because you get to customize the way you look, but you never get to see yourself
unless you're emoting, and
it feels like a waste.
Yeah.
That's my only thing I don't like. But I understand why, because it makes a lot of sense when you're aiming. Like, imagine if you had to aim that cannon. Honestly, just put me in first person when I'm holding guns. Like, I'd be fine with that. It would be harder to aim, like, your pistols and stuff if it was over your shoulder because there's no crosshairs. That's kind of their thing about the game. But, yeah. Anyway, this one looks really good. December 7th when that's coming out.
Looks like riding the animals will be kind of third person.
Yeah.
And, okay. I have to go back because when Cyberpunk came out, it's like that, and I played it like that. But when you're driving, you see the car and all that kind of stuff.
That's fine. That's pretty normal too. Like most games do that. I love a game. This is just a little like chef's kiss from Webby. I'll kiss you right on your cheek if you do this, developers. Just call me up. But also keep your cheek clean, please. Anyway, if you can toggle between them. So I love that. I love that. Like, so Fortnite obviously is third person. It's a TPS instead of an FPS, but like Apex is an FPS. The thing that I like the most about something like PUBG is you get to pick. You get to pick which one you want. Starfield, you hit the panel button and you
played it yet.
Well, you get to pick between the two. Like you start out in first person, but if you hit panel button, it throws it over your right shoulder, and if you hold it, it brings the camera dead center behind you so that you can look around. It's pretty cool. All right, we got 3 new colors for PS5 plates. There's a dark red.
You know what color I was looking for?
You were looking for green, naturally.
They don't even have a controller.
I want the Spider-Man one. I can't get my hands on them anymore, but I want the Spider-Man one. The red one didn't look that different to me.
The blue one looks good.
The blue one's like a dark, rich royal blue, and the silver, it looked really good. When I first saw it, I thought it was going to be like a classic, like PS1 kind of grayish cream, and I was like, "Oh, that's a nice nod," but it's not. It's silver, but it looked really good. Then this one, this was actually the first one in the Direct, and it really, really made me and all of my chat, we all got quiet and we were like, what the heck is this game? And that game is Baby Steps.
Baby Steps.
And I want it. I'm going to get it.
I would play it as well because it's dumb.
It's a Bennett Foddy game. Have you heard of Bennett Foddy before? All right, I'm going to take that as a yes. No, Foddy is the person who made, the game Getting Over It?
Yeah.
So that's his game.
Okay.
All right, and so that was such a cult classic type thing that it inspired a genre of games called Foddy games. And so like Only Up that I played, where it's like unforgiving, no checkpoints, like it all the way down if you lose. He didn't make it, but it's a Foddy style game.
Okay.
Well, he did make this one.
Right.
And so you can see by how like janky and wonky everything is. And then you can slide all the way back down. It is not for kids. And I didn't know that. And as the first thing in the direct, I wasn't expecting the language right there. In my,
I was like, oh.
But also, it's very like New Zealand, like European-esque humor.
Mate.
I love it. And I ended up going on Steam and watching the first trailer that ever came out for it, and it's even funnier. If you haven't seen it, I'll show it to you.
I watch it. Yeah.
It was so funny. I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I'm gonna get it and stream it when it comes out. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Roblox is coming to PS4.
Never played Roblox,
Me
but you make
either.
it sound like it's a really good game.
So I hadn't played it until yesterday when Stream basically gaslit me into thinking it was good and made me do it. And you know what? They were right. I liked it so much. I downloaded it through the regular browser, but then I saw that it's through the Xbox browser too. And so the first one glitched real bad for me, so I deleted it and reinstalled it through the Xbox launcher, and it worked fine. I ended up putting it on my Xbox in here, and I've been playing games on it. That's what I did last night after I got done with everything. I was just chilling in here playing Roblox. It definitely games on there made for children. There's a bunch of bad ones, but the good ones are like, oh, this is pretty good.
On Roblox?
Yeah, it's pretty. I know.
Oh, you mean bad as in like trash?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like shovelware type
I'm
stuff.
saying, you mean children playing bad? Yeah.
No, I don't mean like naughty. I mean
However, you can't
it
stop
looks
children.
like a 4-year-old made it.
A lot of children are playing Grand Theft Auto, and I hate it so much. But
Nope. All right, let's see. Ghostbusters VR. That looks cool. I love that they changed the logo and put a VR headset on him, but I need to go back and look at it. When I was watching it on the direct, I was like, that's an Oculus. Like, it's an Oculus on the dude's face for a PSVR 2 announcement, but it's got the cameras and everything, and I was like, that's the wrong headset,
They
my
didn't
guy.
print pictures for the PlayStation VR.
I'm sure they didn't change the logo for each, but yeah, they might now if people noticed, but pretty sure it's an Oculus. Helldiver 2, yeah, I didn't care that much about that one. Did you?
I feel like it'd be a good game to play with people. Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
A time or two.
Boom Stars open beta coming out on September 29th, the day after
Your birthday.
That's right. I'm no Magic Dragon, but I also was born, and so looking forward to that.
You are
That one's
definitely
gonna
a
be fun.
Magic Dragon.
We're Magic Dragons together.
I mean, you love Spyro.
I do, but I let him take the spotlight. That's what I really wanted in this direct was a Spyro 4, and you let me down.
I know our dragon colors. If we ever
Purple and orange
eat,
always.
if we ever eat Zelda things, tears. Yeah.
Yeah. If we ever eat
You'll
Flesh
be
of
a
Dragons,
purple.
then
You'll be a purple gold dragon. I'll be some kind of green something dragon.
see, he was originally like purple, or he was originally gonna be green. Spyro was, but he's purple and yellow. But it always looked more like orange to me. And this was an accident when we were branding Webby Pumpkin, the brand. I didn't really give any direction on color, and so my designer Kupko, he just came up with like a purple and a gold or an orange kind of, and I actually had only did one revision on it because it looked very Twitch purple. And I was on Mixer at the time, and Mixer had Mixer Creators was like purple. It was a darker purple, and so I had him shift the purple to slightly darker because it was like a light purple, and that's how the brand was born. And I loved it, and it just so happened that it kind of looks just like Spyro, and that's my favorite. So it's a nice. It made me love my brand even more. Made me love it, and then
Special connection.
well, when it really solidified for me is when Nintendo released the purple and orange Joy-Cons, and I was like, this is fate. Who gets to have their colors, like both of their colors without like modding it, and mine's like carried by Nintendo. You can get my Joy-Cons. All right, Foam Stars. It's Slime Rancher, but Fortnite, and I'm gonna play it. Open beta the 29th. If that beta is free, I'm gonna be playing it.
If you're playing it, I guess I'm gonna play it.
You got a PlayStation, bro. Get on there.
Golly.
Let's get foamy.
It's free, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. I'm getting crazy right now. We should game later. I don't have.
Let's
I
do
don't
it.
know. Tomorrow's my long day. I'll probably do it anyway. Tales of Arise. I didn't care that much about that one, but it's getting an expansion. And that was basically the wrap up for it. So those are all the big ones. Was there anything you had in addition to the PlayStation Showcase that we didn't talk about yet?
I think we kind of hit everything, bro.
I feel like that's it too. So, yeah, I know this was a sporadic and crazy episode. Thank you guys for so much for watching it. I'm thinking I'm going to leave a lot of the sporadic craziness just because I'm working 13-hour days each week or each day this weekend. But we'll see you on Topaz's actual birthday, which is today. So be sure to wish him a happy birthday in the comments and come into the chat rooms and be like, "Happy birthday! Where that Topaz guy at?"
Thanks, guys.
And if you see him commenting on anything on YouTube or anything, he'll probably be in the live chat as it's going. So if you see him right now, if you're watching this live, tell him happy birthday! Gosh darn it! And ask him how he likes his controller. It'd be great. All right, I think that's everything for me. That everything for you?
It's everything, man.
Well, in that case, you know what to say.
Web's out.
See you guys later.